It is New Music Friday, which means we are here to roll through all the new music of the week. We've got some big songs: Miley Cyrus, Uchis, PinkPantheress, Calvin Harris. It's stacked, and we need to get straight into our Bop or Flop episode. Before we get started, if you want to follow or subscribe to this podcast, you should absolutely want to, because we've got some great stuff coming up. But if you're a pop fanatic, you should hit subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast. And also rate us 5 stars if you're enjoying what you're listening to. You can also join the Discord, where you can come and join other pop fans to talk about new music, new tours, basically anything that's going on in your day, as long as pop is related to it in some way. Jump on that. I am Sam, also known as Pop Sam Cam, and this is the Pop Pod. I am joined by our producer, Jono, for another week of New Music Friday, Bop or Flop. Jono, are you ready?
Sam, I'm ready to jump on that and get ready for Bop or Flop this week.
It's going to be huge. I don't know if you're ready. But
I don't know if I'm ready.
Before we get into Bop or Flop, let's just roll through some of the things that are happening in pop music today. The first one being that Lorde has announced her ultrasound tour with Blood Orange and the Japanese House. This is her first tour in a couple of years, and it's her first arena tour since Melodrama, which is exciting. I will flash up the dates on the screen if you can see on YouTube or Spotify. Are you going to be going to this tour?
I mean, I hope so, but there's only one London day, so it's going to be a fight to the death.
Surely she's going to add more. I think there's only one New York date at this point too.
She must do, otherwise it's going to be like choosing the Pope. There'll just be one of us going, and that's it.
You know, the Pope was chosen the same time as Lorde announced the tour, which is once again confirming that she's a prettier Jesus. The tour being called Ultrasound makes me think that this is a song off the album, and she's also added a sound to TikTok that is called Ultrasound, so I'm assuming that this is the next single that's coming.
Surely it is. It's either the opener or the closer of the album. Probably the closer.
I love that you have... Surely What Was That is the opener. It's just got such opener vibes to it. We maybe already know this. It's maybe already been announced.
Yeah, okay. Let's edit out what I just said and say, surely this is the closer, Ultrasound. It makes total sense to be the closer and nothing else.
I mean, I do love it at Lorde closer. So if Ultrasound is the best song on the album, I mean, Oceanic Feeling was probably not the best song on Solar Power. It wasn't the best song. It's not bad, but it wasn't the best.
Iconic.
Oh, the crickets make it the best song. So if she adds a cricket to Ultrasound, this one's going straight to the top of the pile.
I want cicadas, I want crickets, I want it all on Ultrasound.
Well, Beyonce has added a new song to the Cowboy Carter tour. It's not crickets, but she has added Haunted from her self-titled record, and she's blended it in with Tyrant. There were actually a few mashups of these two songs that went viral around the release of Cowboy Carter. So it's cool that she's actually probably heard one of them and be like, you know what, let's throw it in. And it sounds incredible. I'll play you a snippet. What do you think? What do you think of Haunted in general? Because it's one of my favorite songs off self-titled.
I mean, I love Haunted. I feel like any other Beyonce stan loves Haunted. But I'm really confused about the set list. I feel like it changes every day when I look at it. And one of my friends who, shout out Sharon, a massive Beyonce Beehive stan, said that like it relates to the pictures of the stars, and that means the set list will change that night. And I'm like, I'm not smart enough to keep up with this.
Yeah, but she's already proved that that's wrong, because she did the same set list already for 2 different pictures. But that was what people were thinking initially. But she's kept with they were thinking she was going to change the Single Ladies If I Were a Boy irreplaceable kind of section, and she hasn't. She's kept with it, which is good.
She's adding songs every second day.
Yeah, I know. The set list is going to be 60 songs long by the time it makes its way to New York.
60 songs long.
The next piece of news is that Doechii has addressed the video of her yelling at her assistants during the Met Gala. I'll play a little snippet of it if you haven't heard it.
Oh, give me another umbrella now. Another one right there. And another one. Need another one.
Another umbrella.
Doechii just wanted more umbrellas, and she's responded to it playfully by addressing the umbrella situation.
That's why I'm easy.
What's your take on it? What do you think this is poor behavior from Doechii?
Look, I saw on Twitter everyone talking about it, and I was like, surely it's not that bad. And when I saw the clip, I was like, she doesn't come across well, but also, like, it's a huge deal for her and like her team, not just her.
Yeah.
And she's trying to protect her look to actually have it on the carpet. So like, she's just trying to help versus like intrusive paparazzi and people. And the team would have all agreed with her. I think the reason she's poking fun at it is because her team are like, don't be ridiculous. If it was serious, she would never make a joke about it, I think.
Yeah,
What do you
imagine
think?
doubling down if your team was like, yeah, that was really awful behavior, and then she goes on like and just addresses it with a meme. They'd be like, wow,
Yeah.
you really are the worst. Yeah, I think
does
it
the
was a
remix.
high stress situation of like, it's her
Yeah.
first one. She wanted to keep the look under like wraps, which to be honest, it wasn't one of the better looks of the night.
No.
So it could have been leaked. But I just think like she responded stressfully in a stressful situation, and she could have handled it better, but she'll know for next time. I don't think it's like a cancelable offense, and I don't know why
No.
we're just so ready to like call Doechii and like Chapel Roan terrible people because they're like have responded in a very human way to certain situations. Like you should see me trying to find a park in a foreign city when it's hot. Like
I've seen it.
yeah, it's not good.
I'm
You've seen
standing
me
on the
trying to
street with
bitch
an
and tent.
umbrella trying to reserve a spot for you, and you're screaming more umbrellas. I'm kicking
More
you out.
umbrellas! Also, More Umbrellas is like iconic now, and she should cover Umbrella by Rihanna and just keep the momentum going.
I was gonna say, she should get a remix of "Rain on Me" with Gaga and Ariana, and just be like, "Let's go the full hog."
Just call the new album Rain or Shine or something. Someone who doesn't need umbrellas is KATSEYE, and I'm trying to think of a way to connect this to umbrellas, but maybe
I'm
they do
waiting.
need an umbrella because the hits are just raining down on them right now, because Gnarly just continues to rise up the charts.
They could describe everything with one single word. You know? Like Bugatti, Tesla.
It reaches a new peak of 35. That's plus 10 on the global Spotify charts. This is a song that was pretty heavily panned, as we kind of suspected when we did Bop or Flop last week. But in the week since, there's been a lot of think pieces about Gnarly, and the hate is getting it attention, and it's turning it into a hit, which I feel like was kind of our gut of what was going to happen, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think we knew that it was experimental enough to actually stand out from the crowd. It wasn't mid. So even if it's for the wrong reasons in terms of people being like, what is this? Like, I think pop fans are like, well, like we said, they took a risk.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big KATSEYE were. Some of my friends like, oh my God,
No,
like
nor did
buzzing for a
I.
single. Yeah, I was like, really?
Everyone was watching this Netflix show and I wasn't aware. I just thought it was
Yeah.
one of those Charlie XCX Nasty Cherry situations where not a single soul watched the Netflix
Well, I
series.
actually watched that, but I didn't watch the KATSEYE one, so I'm quite alternative.
I
like
also
that.
watched that and didn't watch the KATSEYE one. Maybe we need to go back and watch Viewing Party.
Yeah.
Anyway, the song's doing extremely well. The only person who's having a better week than KATSEYE is Lady Gaga, who keeps rising on global Spotify. The Brazilian fans are putting in the work for Gaga right now. She has Abracadabra in the top 10. Die With a Smile spends its 200th day at number 1 on the global charts. And then we also have Poker Face, Judas is rising, Bad Romance is rising, Just Dance is falling. But Paparazzi is rising, and Shallow's in the top 200 of the global Spotify charts as well. It's just fucking crazy. Like, it's a full-on Gaga renaissance, and I think she needs to clear some of these old songs out of the way for the new ones. But it's incredible that people are going back and reacting. Did you watch the Brazil performance?
I watched clips of it because I watched the Coachella one each weekend, and I'm seeing her potentially twice later in the year, so
Yeah,
I
you
don't want to
probably
be
need
sick
to.
of the set. Yeah. But I did see clips and it looked crazy. And also, I'm sorry to the Coachella audience,
Mm.
including you, San, but this is the audience she deserved. They were going for it. I got chills from like watching people's videos from like, I don't know, balconies. I was like, this is insane.
I
What do you
mean,
think?
in our defense, there was 25 times the crowd and the Brazil performance. But yeah, Brazilians' energy is unmatched in general when it comes to pop music. And honestly, if I was a pop star, I'd be doing a 500 date tour in Brazil. Like, you wouldn't be able to get me out of there
Yeah.
because just not going to find that energy anywhere else. And I love that these live moments are acting as the promotion for Gaga right now, because every time she steps on the stage, the numbers for everything go up. And like,
Yeah.
we're going to be lowered into the ground in a coffin while Die With a Smile is still at number one, because that song is just not moving. It's insane.
I'm adding Die With a Smile to my funeral playlist along with Party for You. But also, who would have seen this coming? I think I was the only person out of anyone I knew who liked it when it came out. And now I'm like kind of really vindicated. I'm obsessed.
I knew that the Bruno Mars of it all would turn it into a hit of some sense, but I certainly didn't foresee 200 Days at number one. Like, that is just insane. And it will go down now as one of the biggest hits of our time, and could also go on to be the biggest hit of Gaga's career, which is terrifying.
That is insane. But it just is just how powerful she is. I mean, people keep saying she's a flop, like had flop times or like not
Yeah.
been in the spotlight, but I don't buy it. I think she always has been. She just hasn't released an album every year.
Gaga to me has risen above like even being in bop or flop territory, in that she is such an icon now and she's left such a legacy that
Yeah.
if she has an album that doesn't do exceptionally well, she's not playing in that game anymore. It's like calling a Madonna album a flop. It's like, what does that achieve really? Like, she's already made such a name for herself. Like,
Yeah.
there's no reason. She's already proved herself. Gaga, unfloppable.
Totally agree.
That does not stand though for the artist that we're about to talk about in Blop or Bop, in Blop or Blop, in Blop off, in Bop or Flop. I haven't had this much trouble pronouncing something since Phenomenon. There is so much new pop music that we need to move through today, so I feel like we should just get started. But before we do that, Pop Sam Cam's New Music Friday playlist on Spotify is where you can go to find all of my favorites from the week. Some of these will make it into it, some of them will not. The first bop or flop is Miley Cyrus's More to Lose. It's the second official single off Something Beautiful.
I knew someday that one would have to choose. I just thought we had more to lose.
I feel like maybe you should talk about this first, because I've kind of had a week that's been like enveloped by Miley Cyrus and all things related to her.
You're basically Miley's PA now. I feel like you spent the whole week with her, just like getting teasers into the whole music,
I have
getting private
put in the work
screenings.
for her promotion this week. I need to be on her team. I need to be being paid.
That's the thing. I feel like everyone thinks you're just like promoting it because you're getting paid. No, you're doing it because you actually like it. And I
Not
do
a
like how
cent.
you
In
said-
fact, it cost me money. I got an Uber to the event, so I'm actually out of pocket at least $20.
you've not got more to lose because you've got nothing left in the bank. I think this. Look, I'm really excited for this album. This song is an absolute smash. If Adele sung this, it would be number one for 202 days. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is like an instant classic. Like, also, it's made for the stadiums. I can just hear everyone singing back to her the na 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 bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. I like that it's not perfect production. I think it makes it really authentic, and like, I think she's just in her pocket, and she's so good at selling stuff and like making you really believe that she is doing the music she wants and believes in.
Yeah.
And I think also she's got the charisma. I think you said on the pod this week, like, she's got that Dolly Parton charisma where she's so funny, but can really be sincere in a heartfelt song. And
Yeah.
you can't buy that. Like, that is just you've got it or you don't.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, she's totally got it. I'm so glad that you like this because when I was listening to the whole album, I was thinking the whole time, like, this is like tailor-made for Jono. Like, you were just so top of mind. And if you said you hated this, it would have thrown that completely off for me. And I would have thought that I was building you up to something. Yeah, this is beautiful. I mean, I was thinking about this a lot in comparison to some of the ballads from her previous albums. And I think the ballads from the last one was like You and Wonder Woman, which was horrifically bad. And You, I feel like almost got there and it was just so good. I think the live version is incredible, but there was something about that production that just missed the mark a little bit for me. And this one shows exactly what can happen if you get it right. Like the rawness in this, they're just like the fact that the production is a bit more ambitious. Like there's stuff going on in the background that doesn't happen in the background of Miley Cyrus songs generally. And I think because of that, like it's just really brought her authenticity and like her heart through in a way that previous work from Miley hasn't really for me. And she's just like totally taking it this era. I'm not sure what is not hitting the mark with other people, but it's certainly hitting the mark for me.
If this isn't a hit, this is just because people don't want to listen to Miley, because this song objectively is an absolute classic. Although I do disagree with you about You and Wonder Woman. I love them both, and I think You is
don't
so
love Wonder
underrated.
Woman.
I love Wonder Woman. I think it's emotional. I nearly cried to it today when I listened to it.
Oh my God.
You don't get it because you're sexist. You hate women, but like people who really respect women get Wonder Woman.
I've spent this whole week big upping a woman. I'm about as feminist as you can get after this. My week of Miley. Okay, we'll beg to differ on Wonder Woman, but we align on More to Lose. It's a bop, another bop. It's the only ballad on the album, which is interesting.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on to one that is certainly not a ballad. This is PinkPantheress's Illegal off her mixtape, which is out today, called Fancy That. For me, this is another smash from her. Like, I've been watching so many interviews from her this week, and she's just so funny, and she's so off the cuff. And I'm getting it so much in this new music as well. There was something really internet-y about what she was doing before. And like, as much as I loved it, I wasn't truly seeing who PinkPantheress is as a person. And in these 3 singles off this mixtape, I've been like, there she is. It's all clicking. The production is genius. The opening line is just like, I'm immediately hooked into it. I love this.
Yeah, completely agree. I feel like whenever I listen to a song of hers, it's like you're in a club and she's like whispering to you, but it's like so seductive. Like I just want to like lean in and hear everything she's saying while like dancing around. Like I don't know how she does it, but it's like her diction or whatever is crazy. It just really hooks you in. And like before these 3 songs, I would have probably not been fussed about seeing her live. And now I can't wait to. I really am so bought into everything she's doing. I think your comment about the internet stuff is true. Like I felt like maybe it was targeted towards a younger audience and I wasn't maybe like getting it as much. Whereas yeah, I just get it more now.
Yeah, no, I feel exactly the same way. She's totally leveled up. This is a banger. Big bop. Maybe my bop of the week? Maybe.
Surely More to Lose is bop of the week. Although this is a close second.
Yeah, potentially. I don't know. There's just something about this that really tickles me. Like the first line just really hooks me and I love it.
Yeah.
The next song is Euchis, All I Can Say, off her album Sincerely, which is also out today. This is like got a real throwback vintage vibe to it. Feels like very kind of Dusty Springfield almost. Like I can even feel like a little like country Patsy Cline like going in there. I loved it. I've actually just listened to the album before I jumped on this. And I really loved listening to it, but this song really stood out to me as one of the highlights. What's your flavor?
That's so interesting, Sam, because I feel like you hate that like old like shoe wop, boot bop,
Yeah,
moot
because
mop,
it's
whatever
often so
song.
tacky, but there's something so like authentic about the way that Carly does it. And there's something so like tasteful about the way that everything she does is produced, that it doesn't feel like it's just like a vintage throwback for the sake of it. Like if you compare Meghan Trainor doing this sound
You'd bring
to
up
Carly
Meghan.
Uchis, like it's just done with so much more taste and just like, I don't know, it just feels like it's bleeding from her, like it had to come out. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, trainers saying as unite against Sam. I hate to agree with you. This is 3 from 3 that I'm agreeing. I think it's an absolute bop.
Yeah.
She can't do any wrong. I can't wait to hear the album. Like, it's enough variety that it makes me excited. She just honestly can't put a foot wrong. Again, I'm like growing to love her more and more. There's something in the water. I'm just loving everyone at the moment.
I know, it's springtime. It's got a
Yeah,
very
exactly.
positive atmosphere to it. There's somebody who will definitely be getting hyped for the springtime and the summertime, which is Calvin Harris. He's released a new song called Blessings. He went country with his last single, Smoke the Pain Away. Clearly felt like that was a misstep because he's right back in his bag of like a 2014 house banger.
No looking back this time.
What do you think of Blessings?
I'm a mixed bag with Blessings. The first listen, I kind of rolled my eyes. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Like, same
Yeah.
old shite, like, whatever, nothing new. But then on the second listen, I was like, oh, give me half of a pint and I'll be dancing to this in any club. So,
True.
am I being quick to judge? But I don't think I could say deep in my heart it's a bop. So I'm gonna have to flop it, to be honest, because it's just nothing interesting or inventive, and it's not good enough compared to his old bangers for me to be like, yeah, it's just too mid. What do you think?
I feel like it kind of like hits some of the highs that his like sort of early 2010s work does. But at the same time, like if you are going to go back and do that sound, and I do think that this house sound is going to have quite a resurgence in the next year. If you're going to go back and do it, particularly if you're an artist who was kind of like leading the wave with it when it did have its like peak in the early 2010s, do something different with it and like try and reinvent the wheel a little bit. And I just don't think this does anything beyond like conjure some kind of nostalgia for me. Like there's nothing wrong with it, and I agree. Like I will go off if it gets played, and like I'm more than happy to hear this a couple times this summer. But I'm not like, oh my god, Calvin Harris, like who's done it again? You know, like it's just it doesn't have any flavor to me.
No, and it's like he can do like that house bop, like Promises with Sam Smith and stuff, and you get excited. But I don't know, it doesn't have that. So you flopping this as well?
Yeah, I think I'm flopping it too. Next one is Maren Morris, Too Good. She's also released an album today called Dreamsicle, which is a horrendous name.
Too good to leave, too bored to stay. That's how the people that love me behave.
This song, Too Good, in her country bag again. A lot of the singles from this album have been kind of forgettable for me, but there's something that's sticking with this song. I don't know. I really like the way the chorus kind of continues to lift, and I think her voice sounds really good. I feel like the production feels a little less clean than some of the previous singles. It worked for me.
So you're giving it a bop?
Well, I was going to wait to hear what you said and then just like decide. But yeah, I feel like I'm feeling a bop. Yeah.
I think it's a flop. It's so mid. I don't think it does her any favors. I think she's got a great voice. I think she's really charismatic, but this is like such a D side on any album.
A
I don't know.
D side.
Yeah, it's not a standout at all.
No, I think that it captures her voice really nicely. And I really
voice
like the
is-
melody.
Yeah, but it's just the production's too boring. I don't know, I'm not into it. It really didn't. I had to listen to it a second time to even really think about what I just listened to because I zoned out.
Okay, sure. Fine. I'm going bop. You're going flop.
Yeah, finally we disagree.
You're probably going to be right. It's not going to do much. Blusher. Whatever, whatever.
So what if it's now or never? So what if it's not forever? Watch me fall apart, pull myself back together. Maybe it's the end of the world, but whatever.
Blusher are an Australian pop group made of 3 girls who've been releasing pop bangers for a couple years now. And whatever is still in that pop banger sort of lane, goes a little bit clubby. And I think there's something really fun and fresh about this. And I love hearing a girl group do this kind of music because I don't think there's any other girl group really that's very centered in the club right now. And I feel like this is the perfect mix of electronic, but also with pop hooks. And it doesn't feel like overly like it's relying on nostalgia, which I feel like is happening so much for anybody in the club world right now. It feels fresh, and I'm excited that this is coming out of Australia, a country who has like a long history of really not being kind to pop music.
Yeah, are they doing well in Oz, or are they doing better overseas?
I think that they're doing quite well in America now. I do think they've had some success in Australia, but I think that they've got sort of global ambitions.
Yeah, because they seem quite British to me, kind of like an electro wet leg vibe, or
Yeah.
something like that, where they're just quite fun. They seem cool. All of their songs, I've never been like, this is a flop. I think it's just constant bops for me.
Yeah.
You're the one who introduced me to them. I'd never heard of them because I just hate Australian music. No, I'm joking.
Wow, Kylie Minogue is crying.
No, I was thinking more about Paulini and Cosima. I love you. Don't take that personally. But yeah, I think it's a bop. There's nothing wrong with it. I listened to it a second time and was like, I could listen to this quite often.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And I also feel like it's a little elevated from some of their previous releases. Like, I've liked all of them. That there was something that stuck to me about this one over the others, which is exciting. The next one is a new artist. This is literally her first single. Her name's Audrey Hobart. The song is called Sue Me.
Sue me, I wanna be toxic, gonna blow up your life like atomic. Sue me, I wanna be Suji, I wanna be Sue me, I wanna be wanted.
Audrey is one of the songwriters who works with Gracie Abrams. Her brother is also Malcolm Todd, who has a big song right now with I Love. I thought
You're gonna have to listen to the song.
I didn't
like,
know
can't
if
get
you
it
would
from
know
that clip.
it. I can keep going. It's just that over and
I
over
know.
again.
I don't want you to.
I love. Anyway, it's his sister. Talented family. Sumi feels very much in the like post Taylor Swift world, and I don't mean that in that Taylor Swift is dead. I just mean like I feel like we've been in a period of like 5 years where post folklore Taylor Swift kind of became cool and everybody wanted to make music like her, and this very much feels in this lane. But there's something kind of like quirky and zany about this that I actually kind of like, which is weird because usually when the words quirky and zany are used, I think Zooey Deschanel, and then I take
Zooey Deschanel,
and then I take a hard turn to somewhere else because I'm not about that. But like this is, I don't know, it feels buoyant and like charismatic in a way that Gracie's music is perhaps not.
I can't get over Zoe 101 Deschanel. It's so good. Quirky and zany. Katy Perry's quirky and zany twin. I feel like, okay, what I like about this, I really like her storytelling and I like her voice. I just really don't like the, like, I don't know what you call it, beat, production, whatever it is. Like the actual music without her really irritates me. Whereas I think
so she sells it for you, but the production not.
she sells it for
Yeah.
me,
Okay.
but I don't think it's enough, basically. So like I really want to hear her on like a good backing track and see what she can do, because she hooked me with the lyrics and the storytelling and her voice. It was like fun. It was like a little bit like cheeky, but like not too like cringe, but I couldn't get behind the actual like musicality of it. Is that bad?
No, I don't think that's bad. The production I didn't register any problem with it. So I'm going to have to go back and listen to it through your ears. But to me, I was just like, oh yeah, this is a strong lead single. Like this kind of introduces me to her instantly, even if I didn't know anything about her. like I'm instantly like, oh, this is somebody who's got a little bit of like pizzazz. I want to know more about her when I listen to this.
A little bit of pizzazz.
Don't laugh at pizzazz. Fuck you. The next song is, well, the final song is Tyla's Bliss.
You take me to bliss. Never found a love like this. Never found it, never found it.
This is the first single kind of outside of the world of her debut album. Obviously, she had the deluxe that had Push to Start on it, which was another pretty big hit for her. But Bliss takes quite, I don't know, a bit of a different sound for her, I feel like. It moves into a slightly different world. I feel like slightly different vocals from her, but I'm going to like reserve my opinion because I want to hear yours.
Really? Okay, I'm really intrigued to see what you think. I think this is exactly the right lane she should be in. I think it could go slightly, not harder, but like a bit more dramatic in like the chorus at points. But obviously, like her style is like kind of breezy pop songs that like are really give you a relaxed, you're dancing on the beach vibe.
Yeah.
With a hula and frangipani in your ear, and you're just like feeling your coconut water life. So I think, is that a good painting picture?
I'm like that. I was just daydreaming.
So I think it's good. I think she really needs the hooks, like hook choruses to sell the like chill verses.
Yeah.
And this does it for me. I think it's like maybe like 80% there and could be a little bit more to be like a number one, for example. But I think this is really exciting and promising because she has got star fucking power like written all over her. So I think if this continues and maybe just a little bit more of, do you know what I mean? Like a bit of pizzazz in the chorus wouldn't do any harm. But what do you think? Am I being too kind?
No, I don't think you're being too kind at all. This song is like an 100 out of 10 for me. I absolutely love it. Like the minute she starts that verse, like the melody is so good that you just know that like they went in hard for this song to get it for her because it feels like a song that's like, I don't know if she wrote, maybe she wrote it, but I just know that there were a lot of like people excited about this because it feels like a star turn for her. It feels like Rihanna moving from like Music of the Sun to Girl Like Me, and the personalities developing, the vocals developing. I agree that maybe the chorus could go a bit harder, but on the other side of that, I kind of like how it just comes in effortlessly from that verse. I just haven't heard her vocals like this, and it's totally hooked me. Like something about the atmosphere of this song just like does something to my gut, like in a like warm and fuzzy kind of way that I just really love. And there's like this video of her playing it for the first time where she's just sitting on the stage at Coachella and like the sun is setting in the background, and it's just like the most beautiful scene. And I'm just like, I don't know. I've always kind of like known Tyla's star power, but I do feel like she has levels to go yet. And I feel like this is a major level up for me.
Yeah, I agree. You're selling it to me more actually. Like, I think it's really good, but yeah.
It is really good. I like that's really up there with my top songs of the week as well. I think Tyla, Euchis, PinkPantheress and Miley like really did what they had to do this week. And it's a really, really strong bunch of songs.
Yeah.
The rest
and
of
you
you need to level up.
Well.
Loves Calvin. Maren Morris song of the year.
Maren Morris song of the year.
It's time for our throwback songs. For the theme this week, I just went with somebody that I've been talking about all week and thinking about a lot. What did you go with for your theme? Don't reveal the song. Just.
Oh, I thought you were going to say me. You've obviously been talking and thinking about me all week. Listening to music.
You.
I've gone for a song that I've been wanting to talk about my whole life since I heard it, because I just think it's such an underrated bop. But I actually have no idea what you're going to think. So mine is like, I'm fighting in the corner. There's a bit of a clue there for this song and artist.
Okay.
So
I feel like mine's a
see
little controversial this week as well. Like the people who like this like it, the people who hate it really hate it.
Yeah. You go first.
Okay, my song is from Miley Cyrus and her Dead Pets, and it's called BB Talk.
You know, in the beginning, it was like we were fucking homies and shit, and then all of a sudden you started with some fucking baby goo-goo tongue down my fucking throat. I mean...
And the reason that I picked it is because it's about Patrick Schwarzenegger, Arnold's son. And in the film for the new album, she lies down on Arnold Schwarzenegger's star on the Walk of Fame, the Hollywood Walk of Fame at one point, which is just like so funny. And it got me thinking about this song. And what I love about this song is like, for the past couple albums with Miley, it feels like she's toned it down a bit and she's not as outrageous as she once was. And this song just captures her at her most outrageous. Like, the verses are absolute dribble. They're so offensive to Patrick. They're so demeaning. And just like, then she just plucks out of nowhere this like quite brilliant pop chorus that you don't really see coming, because for the most part she's doing like spoken word slam poetry without any grammar. It's incredible, and I love hearing Miley in this way, and it's one of my like top Miley songs.
She's basically doing a roast the entire song, and then it's like,
totally
oh,
roast.
here's a chorus, by the way.
But then she gives some like backhanded compliments. At one point, she's like, "You're better than my last like one, but you still like, I still kind of can't
like,
stand you."
Thanks to give me a 15-minute orgasm, but like, please don't do cutesy talk. It's really annoying.
And it's so embarrassing to be like a baby talker as well. It's just so. I would be mortified if this song was written about me.
I didn't realize it was about him. I
only found that out recently.
Oh, when you were thinking about me this week?
Yeah, when my whole week was just revolving around you. Wonder if Jono's gone to sleep. Wonder if he's awake.
I wonder if he's talking to baby talk, baby tricks talk. I feel like this is... I didn't know Dead Pets that much. I think I'd like just discounted Miley a bit when it came out. I think I was just on my other pop girl hype, probably unfairly. So I probably heard this like twice before, but when I listened to it, I was like, this is really fun. It's really camp. She is like a gay man who is the most versatile gay man I've ever seen. Like, she can do so many different things. Like, she's verse, and I feel like she delivers her verses.
Does she have to be a gay man to be versatile?
No, but she said for this album, the new album, she was like, "This is my gayest album" or something, didn't she? I feel like she's like winking and throwing. I'm only saying this because I actually Googled today how to say homophobic in Spanish when I go there. So if someone's rude to me, I'll just say homophobico.
Yeah, don't learn how to say like how much, or do you know where the nearest cab rank is? Just
no,
learn
I'll say
homophobic.
Dos cervezas, homophobico. Anyway, back to Miley.
Bad Bunny wants to borrow that line.
Yeah. I feel like she is just camp, and this is fun, and I like that it's a kind of half diss track, half like thanks for the orgasmic memories.
Thanks for the
like,
memories.
No one else all that off very much.
Thanks for the memories with all the vowels taken out. That's a Fall Out Boy reference for my pop punk fans out there. All right, you go. I feel like yours is quite camp as well.
Oh my god, yeah, okay. My song is The Girlies That Get It, Glam by Christina Aguilera off her album, her mixed reviewed album, Bionic.
Runway on fire, flashing guns inspire, lose control, inhibitions run wild, get on the floor, in your best guitar.
Justice for Bionic.
Justice for Bionic. I just... Listen, this is an absolute iconic pop song. It is iconopop. It is so fun and kitsch, but like not in a cringe way. I know some of that visuals or like songs off that album didn't get as much positive attention because people thought it was a little bit too garish or like on the nose and not as
Yeah.
believable. But this is just her having fun. The chorus is really good. From the first second when the beat comes in and she kind of half whispers like, let's get glam, like I'm hooked. I feel justice for glam, and this should have a renaissance like Gaga is having now with like Judas, for example. But what do you, I mean, maybe not on the level of Judas, but like, you know, I wanted to have a resurgence
Yeah.
for pure pop. Do you love or hate this? I can't remember if you actually like it or not.
So I'm a massive Bionic fan. I think that Bionic's really cool. Love songs like Desnudite. Is that what it is? Desnudite. Elastic Love. Like, I think the
Elastic Love.
front part of the album is good, but Jono, I really don't like this one.
I forgot. I feel like I knew you hated glam. This is because you're homophobico.
You've thrown me right back into this song. I like literally avoid it at all costs. To me, it's like one RuPaul feature away from being catitude. It's like just wants to be Madonna, but like ends up being Madonna like impersonator performing at the mall. It's like
Oh no.
at the end, I think it really lifts off. When she starts singing, then I'm like in. Then she's got me. But like the talking thing, it just doesn't work for me with her.
I think it's so sexy. I honestly just purred the whole time I listened to it. I'm obsessed.
I feel like there's going to be
Obsessed.
a lot of people who feel the way you feel. I feel like
And there
we'll
are a lot
put
of
this
people.
out and we'll put a poll on it and people can vote on whether you feel this way about glam.
I'm nervous. I feel like a lot of people feel like you do, and they're like, "This is terrible." But I think this is a underrated bop that deserves justice.
No, people love Bionic, and I feel like they're not going to criticize it. So I feel like people are going to go for glam. But there's a few songs on this album that just make me cringe. Like Sex for Breakfast is another one that I just cannot listen to.
Some of them are a little bit, but overall, I think it's a good album. But some of them, as much as it pains me to say, because I love my girl ex Tina, is
Do you
just not.
really? Will you like ride for Christina?
No, I'm not like a ride or die stan, but I feel like she's like the Katy Perry, where I'm like, she is such an icon, and Katy Perry just kind of tarnished it with a slew of mistakes and making bad choices.
Yeah.
But I don't think Christina's done that, and I feel like she's just always been rinsed for over singing, and I'm like, yeah, but she's just an incredible vocalist, and like sometimes I do want to hear someone over sing.
It's the
because it's
over
fun.
singing on glam that sells it.
Yeah,
think.
like
I love an oversung song from Christina, but it's the
Same.
talking that doesn't get me across the line. It's interesting that we both chose songs that have talking in them.
I know Baby Talk. She's kind of doing Baby Talk in it. She's like, just
It's Christina's
going for
BB
it.
talk.
Her and Patrick.
Okay, well, that is this week's Bop or Flop. If you've got any opinions about this week's songs, which I'm sure you will, if you're a glam fan or if you're a BB Talk fan, you can drop it in the comments as well. Maybe we'll get people to pick the better song. I'll drop a poll if you're listening on
my God,
Spotify,
please.
and you can choose what your favorite throwback was from the week. Don't forget to look at Pop Sam Cam's New Music Friday if you want all the new music from this week. That is good. Leaving out the flops, Maren Morris will be in there. Otherwise, we will be back next week with more. Don't forget to follow or subscribe to the podcast. Thank you, Jono, for being with us for Bop or Flop. We'll go and discuss our grievances further off air.
Yeah, thanks very much. And for all the listeners, please vote Pop Sam Glam.
Enough. Goodbye.